There was nothing down here saying it's a restricted area.
What do you want?
I was taking some pictures and stuff. I'm making a little video of the area. Local force. That sort of stuff.
Purpose?
Pardon?
For what purpose?
Public interest.
To go where?
Pardon?
To go where?
Well, for public.
You're quite clearly filming us at the moment.
Yes, yeah. I film any interaction. Have you two police officers, are you?
Yes.
Have you got your warrant cards with you there since you're not in uniform?
Why do I need to?
Pardon?
I'm walking out of a police building, aren't I? So
Yeah, but you're obviously doing a stop and account with me, so I'd like... But you are, you're asking what I'm doing, which is by definition a stop and account. You're asking what I'm doing in an area, that's a stop and account. So if you're engaging in a policing activity, I'd like to know your warrant card, otherwise I'm just going to disengage from you and carry on with my business.
Okay.
Alright then. Alright, refusal to identify. So I'm just going to get your picture so I can report you to your chief constable.
Okay.
Cool. Bye-bye.
This is a direct violation of the College of Policing Code of Ethics, which states that when interacting with a member of the public in the execution of their duty, officers must identify themselves by name and caller number.
Hey mate, you alright?
Not bad, how are you?
How's it going? What are you up to?
Just, as you see, just taking some pictures out of your cars and out there.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Yeah. And you are, sorry?
Police officer.
And your collar number?
Are you an auditor, or are you?
And your collar number, please?
I have to give you my collar number. It's my identification just on my shoulder there.
And then if I can't read, it's not your policy to identify for members of the public?
Nope, I don't need to.
No, it's not identified, no.
When the order asked the officer to identify himself, the officer replied that showing his caller number was enough and that he wasn't obliged to say more. But if you can't read the number, whether it's because it's too small, obscured, or you're not close enough, then pointing at it is not sufficient. Officers must verbally confirm who they are. Clear spoken identification isn't just courtesy. It's essential for transparency and gives people information they need to challenge or follow up any encounter.
Are you here to just cause issues, or are you here to
No, I'm just here to take pictures and that's all. As I said, I've just noticed as I was walking down to take pictures, your colleague's window was open, I could see the screen, made them aware of it.
Okay, have they sorted that?
Yeah, they closed the window,
Okay.
fine. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Cool. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sure we're not here to cause you a problem. I'm sure you're not here to cause a problem. We're just,
You know, your colleagues not in uniform refuse to identify while engaging in a policing activity. Not fantastic, is it? It's against policy, you are required to identify. You're engaging in a stop and account, you are required to identify. Because if I have any complaints, how am I supposed to make that complaint if you haven't kept yourself to the accountability standards that the force requires? So, you know, again, you refuse to identify properly because, again, you don't know that I can read, so you're refusing to identify properly. Yes, you're in uniform, but again, if I want to make a complaint against you...
You can give the time and date and where the location where you are. My body cam's recording, so
Oh, is it?
It can all be.
How come it's taken you this long to let me know that your body cam's recording?
Talking.
And is it the policy not to, at the first, most practical opportunity to allow
that? Was the most practical time to inform
Was it?
you.
So, because you come in and gone hands-on with me?
I haven't gone hands on.
Exactly, so why is not the first thing that you say, good afternoon or morning
what
even?
you're doing, because that's the first question I asked you, and then we've had a conversation, and now I've told you.
Yeah, but the first most practical opportunity is to say, good, by the way, you are being recorded.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could be covertly recording me under the Regulations of Investigatory Powers Act, couldn't you?
When the officer finally admitted he was recording, he claimed there hadn't yet been a practicable opportunity to tell the auditor. But let's be clear, they've been standing there having a calm, routine conversation. No hands-on, no urgency, no distractions. There was nothing stopping him from simply saying, I'm recording the moment it started. This isn't about timing. It was about attitude. And dismissing that expectation shows a lack of respect for both policy and public accountability.
But that's not happening, so don't worry about that.
It could, because it took you X amount of time to alert me when there was plenty. The only situation where it's not practicable at the first opportunity is if you're going into a hands-on situation. Any other time, there's no reason, and this has been dealt with in the tribunal by the tribunal that deals with the Reaper Act, that the first most practical opportunity is when you approach somebody. If you have your camera on or you turn it on, if you approach with your camera on, you should alert them when you approach, unless you're going hands-on. If you turn it on whilst engaging in a conversation, you should turn it on, and then once it's recording, so it's stated on the camera, by the way, you are being recorded for my safety and your safety, blah, blah, blah. You have the right to do it, same way that I have the right to do it. It's not a problem, it's the notification that's the problem.
Okay.
You know?
But I've notified you at a time that I think is practical, so I've done that, so it's fine.
Okay, you can justify that to a tribunal, it's fine, no worries.
So what are you
so you're going to try to identify yourself properly yet?
No, I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you like to identify yourself, or would you like a complaint as well, sir?
So can I ask you a question? Before my colleague steps in, just can I? So my name is PC2376.
Thank you. So that's how it's done. Thank you.
my colleague here was obviously made aware that the window was open.
Yeah.
And he's got concerns because of data protection and that you might have recorded something on your phone from the screens.
If there is anything, I'm not sure if there is or not. If anything is captured on there, that will be evidence for me to report that to the Information Commissioner's office, because obviously the onus of data protection is on the organisation, not on whoever sees that
You
information.
don't expect someone to stick their head through the window.
I didn't stick my head through it.
At this point, another officer tries to shift the blame onto the auditor, claiming he shouldn't have been sticking his head to a window or filming visible data. But let's be clear, the legal responsibility under the Data Protection Act lies with the organization holding the data, not the public who happen to see it. If sensitive information is left exposed in public view, that is a data breach. Plain and simple. The issue isn't the camera, it's the police's failure to secure their systems.
I saw it from a public place.
Somebody else's information, this is a secure site. Well,
I understand that.
it's not as secure as we'd like.
Well, no,
it to
exactly.
be.
It's not secure at all, is it? Really?
No. We are trying to work on that, but unfortunately, you have to do with what you've got to
Yeah. Even a bit of signage saying no unauthorised access beyond this point would go a long way, because I do respect signs like that.
No,
you know.
okay. I will take
But I did have a look around, and there is
I will
nothing
genuinely
there.
take that to the senior leadership team, because
Fantastic.
I think that is fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are trying to redo everything. Yeah,
Okay.
Financially, we have to wait until the
That's
budget.
right, it's quite a
and
small
everything,
town,
and
isn't it? Lower
exactly,
priority.
you know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
get it. Yeah.
We get shoved right to the bottom type
Yeah.
of thing. We're right on the borders,
Yeah.
between different forces and that. So it is totally. I understand where you're coming from, and I'll pass it on to the senior leadership
Thank
team.
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I've just got concerns about the data protection that's on that video. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Because that's somebody else's private stuff and that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we obviously learn from things like that. So you've pointed it out. They've closed the window. It is
Fantastic.
really hot in there. We've got no air
Again,
conditioning.
I completely understand that,
You know
but
what I
obviously
mean?
data protection takes priority over that, unfortunately. You can get a fan in there, and I understand, I've worked in many various
That's what I'm
locations
more
where health and
concerned
safety
about,
data protection
what's
takes
being
priority
recorded.
over
Does
that.
that go live? Is that a live?
I'm not live streaming, no.
If there is something, would you delete that?
Not necessarily delete it, but I would make it anonymous. I would blur it out if there is anything, if I were to post it anywhere.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
it's not their fault. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I've raised the issue of
Exactly.
data protection, and obviously
Absolutely.
I raised it as an issue because I do see it as an issue.
No,
I'm
no,
not going to go share that information. That would be very hypocritical of me,
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
if there is anything captured on the camera, it won't be made available to the public. It will be forwarded to the ICO.
That's fine. Yeah. Can I
evidence.
take your details?
No,
Can
I'm
I
okay,
can I
thank
take
you.
your name?
No, I'm
please?
alright,
Just
thank you.
first name, so I know who I'm speaking to.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
So you've got my collar number, but I can't take yours.
Yeah, but as a Crown servant, obviously you have issues of accountability when dealing with members of the public, and
And
that's
I'm just
why.
being
And that's why.
polite
Yeah, I
asking
know.
your first name.
I
I
know.
don't even know anything
I know.
else,
But then
so I
obviously
know who I-
that coupled with my image, which obviously he's notified me he's recording.
Yeah, obviously we do that because I'm open and honest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
We record things so that you can see what we do.
Yeah.
And we can
Absolutely,
see,
I
you know what
completely
mean?
agree
So-
with the use of body cameras.
because
Completely.
That's the thing is that I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
hide saying, "Oh no, I didn't say this to this man," or "This man didn't say anything."
No,
to
exactly.
me.
Exactly the same
That
reason
is
why I record any interaction I have with you as
Yeah,
well.
that's why we record everything. I have to
yeah.
protect my back with
Of
the amount
course.
of people have said we do things.
Of
and
course.
we don't.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I mean?
with your collar number, then obviously you're bound. You have to identify. You did it correctly
you can see,
verbally
I mean,
because you
when
can't
you film,
guarantee
there's
that
my
I
collar
can
number
read.
there, you know what I mean?
But you have to wear that for
236.
accountability reasons. That's why I'm entitled to have that, because you're dealing with a member of the public in a
Absolutely.
stop and account situation. Accountability, you have to identify yourself for that exact reason,
Yeah,
which he doesn't seem to understand. And sorry, we got interrupted. Would you like the opportunity to identify?
4988 PC Biffin.
Sorry, what was-
PC Biffin.
and your collar number, please?
4988.
4988. There you go. Thank you. Would you like another opportunity?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
No, you're fine. Okay, so you're just going to be an absolute idiot about it.
When it came to identification, the other officers managed to stay professional. They identified themselves. When asked, no problem. But this one, he had a perfect chance to be decent about it, to show a bit of accountability, and he still doubled down. It's that ego dismissive attitude, almost as if the rules don't apply to him. And that's the kind of behavior that chips away at public trust.